Welcome back to the mill. How's it going, guys? My name is Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, and we are going to do a lesson in democracy. I milled red oak flooring for a farmer's porch today and shot 2 videos doing it. And to be honest with you, it was a pretty horrific friggin' day. I broached 3 bands, I hit tons of metal. Beautiful log, nice big 20-inch, straight grain. Only had to make 15 boards, 5.5 inches wide by 3/4 inch thick, at least 8'4". It was a 9-foot log, and it's just a sucky day. So, like I said, I shot 2 videos. I just kind of watched them both back. They're pretty friggin' boring. The first one's an hour long, and there's only like 10 cuts in it because all the metal I hit and all the metal I had to pull out, and one band it folded the teeth over. And then I shot another video on the cant where I split the cant in half and I milled it into the majority of what you see here next to me. And I'll show you some of it. I mean, they came out nice. But I'm going to do this as a lesson in democracy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say to you guys, if you want me to post up the hour-long video of me hitting metal and the supplemental video, Danny's hunting under the stupid shed, the supplemental video of me milling apart the cant, you let me know you want to see them. You tell me you want to see them. And if enough people comment that they want to see them, I will put them up. But sans that, I don't think I'm going to put them up. I'll put this video up to ask you, to poll you and say, I want everybody to vote. Okay? I'm a conservative by nature. I think party-wise, moving towards a libertarian, I just want to be left alone. I can take care of myself, I want to be left alone. But regardless of that, my stance on democracy is that I want everyone to vote. Everyone that's eligible to vote, I want you to vote. I hope you do. And I don't care which way you vote, I just want you to vote. That's how this country is supposed to work. That way we get representation. On all levels, on the state level, on the local level, and the federal level. The only way that we get representation is if everybody votes, and then the voice of the people goes, that person goes to be our voice, because that's what they're supposed to do. I think sometimes they forget that and they try to grow a brain. I think we get caught up in voting for brains. They're not supposed to grow a brain. What they're supposed to do is they're supposed to be our voice. So what we, the majority who elects them, what our opinions are supposed to be their opinions. They're not supposed to go and grow their own. Now, granted, we kind of have to elect or vote for who most closely aligns with our views, and not everybody's going to align with all your views, but they're not supposed to go there and grow a brain. They're supposed to be the voice of their constituents. That's what we hire them for, is to be our voice, to represent us and say, let's just say the majority of people in my district elect me and they want purple lawns, and in Washington says we can only have green lawns. Well, if the majority of people in my district want purple lawns, I'm supposed to go to Washington and vote for purple fucking lawns. That's my job. I don't get to go there and grow a brain and say, oh, I want chartreuse lawns. That's not my job. My job is not to grow a brain. My job is to be the voice of the people. So I'm going to let the people be the voice. You tell me, if you want to see all the nail strikes in the hour-long video with the big ass log and rolling it and it being heavy and everything else, and it's not a very good video, and the video of milling up the cant, or one of the two. And whatever I see in the comments is what I'll do. If I don't get any comments, I probably won't post them up, but I'll show you what we milled up. So this customer needs 15 boards to finish off their enclosed farmer's porch on their house that has oak decking in it. I believe that oak decking is getting painted. At least it was at one point. But then when I cut the previous red oak for them, they liked it so much that I hope they didn't change their mind. I hope they're still painting it. If they're painting it, any black staining in these boards from the metal is going to be fine. Now what I did was I graded all these boards based on how perfect they were and on down. Perfect, kind of okay, will work for what they want to do. Somewhat flawed, really flawed and junk. And I had them all laid out here. I had to come up with 15 that I think will work. What I ended up doing was I came up with 21. And they are in varying grades, from really perfect ones on the bottom to ones that I threw in that I said, you know what, they might work. At least they're solid. So if you see this one right here, you see the pith check down the end. Here, I'll pull it over. You see those two pith checks right there? That one and the crack in the other one. I say these won't work at 8'4" for them. So I set them, these did not make the cut. Everything in these two piles right here, I think could work for them. And there's 21 there. Now what I'm going to do, because it's just the way the log worked out, and it was a shitty metal filled log. So it was a beautiful log filled with metal. I'm going to give them 21 boards, this customer. I'm only going to charge them for 16. So I'm going to charge them for 16 at 8'6", not 9 feet like they are. I will charge it inch thick. I don't down price under inch. So if somebody wants 5/8 boards, they're going to pay for inch thick. So in this case, he's paying for inch thick by 5.5 wide by 8'6" long, because that's what he asked for. He actually asked for 8'4", but I just go to 8'6". And I've got 21 that I think will work for him. I'm going to charge him for 16. He can take the rest. Then I put these imperfect boards, like you can see this one right here. Right? That's not going to look good on somebody's floor. It's got this stupid little, it's not a bad board, but actually this side probably would have, oh, no. There you go. So there's kind of like a weird knot spot here. It's solid. It would work fine for almost anything, but I wouldn't want to put it on my floor. Certainly wouldn't want to put it on my floor with this rough side up. This was another nail strike. And you can see those ones with the pith checks, and each one of these has something in them that would not create a clean 8'4" surface. So I threw these on Facebook Marketplace for $5 a piece as imperfect black oak boards at 9 feet long, 3/4 thick, 5.5 wide. $5 a piece. 10 available. And we'll see if anybody wants any. What I think will happen is I think I'm going to make my door for that shed out of these boards. I think I'm going to skin my door out of these and trim it out of these. There's enough here to do it. It's 30 wide, so it takes 6 of them to sheet across it, and then I've got to trim it. Yep. And so that would leave me 4 to trim it with, plus a couple of cool angled ones. I've got plenty here to do it. And then I have the two 2x5.5s here that are perfect for 2x5.5s. It's almost a shame that it worked out this way, but you can see that little knot down there. That wouldn't have worked for a floorboard. I think I almost could have gotten one more good floorboard out of this one right here, but I couldn't cut low enough to do it. If this was flipped over, it would have been kind of the same thing. I could have cut from the other side and ended up, instead of those being on the bottom, those being on the top. But then I still would have ended up with that. So it's, you know, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So these are going to the customer at $3 a board foot. Those are getting sold for $5 a piece. These are going to be kept as 2x5.5s for something. And I think if those don't sell, and you can see they came out dimensionally beautiful. You see the, you know, for 10 of them being stacked here, look at how close that, the dimension came out on the 3/4. They came out dimensionally nice. I think I might use those to make my door, because it's only 6/8, so that gives me a lot of room, like, to cut those checks off the other end. There's plenty here to do it. 5.5 wide. Yeah, it's less than 6 boards. It's less, it's, well, 5 boards would be 25, and 2.5 be 27. So it's going to be 6 boards to skin it side to side, because I think it's 31 total. And then that'll give me another 4 boards to trim it. And trimming it, like, I can do it at 4 inches, so stuff like that there, I can rip this down to 4 and cut that right off. So I think that's what I might do. I think I might make a cool oak skin door. I think that'd be a nice contrast. Look at Danny. That'd be a nice contrast to everything else that's going on here. I have white oak fascia, white oak rake boards, spruce long carrier beam going through for my my block and tackles. I think it'd be really cool, maybe just to have a black oak door. The only problem with doing a black oak door, to be honest with you guys, is that it adds a lot of weight, and weight leads to sag. So if you're going to do a door, that is going to have to be braced properly so that the door doesn't sag with that kind of weight on it versus pine. It's a big difference. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if you want me to post up the hour-long hit the shit out of metal roach bands, folded the teeth over on one, dug it all out, fought my way through, shot a second video to cut the cant up, what was left of the cant, and ended up with this stuff. And like I said, out of these 21, these ones on the top here are the worst. These are the ones where I said, you know, I'll just throw it in. You know, most of them are like this one. This one, again, as you see, I graded them from best on the bottom to worst on the top. This would be what I would call a flaw right here. It's not punky, but it's definitely a smoothness flaw. But there are 21 here that I believe will work for his flooring. He can pick the best ones. He's only going to pay me for 16, and I think I can use the rest on there. I think it'd be cool. So let me know what you think. And for me and Danny and Pirate Solutions Forestry, we are out.